Sweet. How you going, guys? Jules is me, your best Polish friend. I'll be your MC for the first 10 minutes of this evening, so please bear with me. I'm going to kick things off with a little tradition here. So just giving a shout out to people that gave you a hand last week, and maybe you can share your main takeaways from the last week's call. I'm actually started because I'm speaking already. So I missed most of the call last week because I was on the call with Ben Kelly, but I got on the call when Tanya was talking about three-way calls, and that was pretty awesome. Actually, good way of setting up three-way calls and just utilizing three-way calls in general. It's something that I know I definitely need to work on. Sorry. What I'm grateful for last week, first and foremost, is awesome bfree community, especially after Breeza posted on there. There was a bit of a quiet spell after we were adding all the new cleanses, and then everybody jumped on board, started sharing the love, just giving everyone love. And then I reckon it's so important because it's all an experience. We adding new people when they actually start the experience on our Be Well page, and just being welcome in such a way, having 10, 15 comments under your post. It's amazing. And I know these people are going to have an amazing experience because of that. So thanks for that, Breeza. Thanks for putting everyone back in the line, kind of thing. Also grateful for Rory for organizing that epic call with Katie Kuva. That was pretty amazing. And also thanks to Taos for constantly putting me out of my comfort zone. That's why my head is talking to you now. So thanks for that. All right. Who would like to share their takeaways from the last week's call, or just give shout outs in general? Tali. All right.
All right. Awesome. So I've just got one epic one, a little Stokey Gain shout out. And that's, I've got a girl, she's not on the call tonight, but Jax. She hasn't even signed up yet. She's just come along to a couple of op meetings. She hasn't even got the products in her body yet. And she's committed to coming over to SKO. And she's just okay. But I just love seeing it when people just sort of catch a sniff of the vision and commit to flying into state. Yeah, it just gets me really excited. So that's my biggest Stokey thing that's happened in the last week for me.
Yeah, that's epic. Epic. All right. Anyone else would like to share? Any hands up? Anyone keen? All right, go, Mandy. And Rory, you can be next.
Job, Andre. Yeah, I just wanted to give a big shout out to everyone who is making the effort to get to SKO. It's a huge ask, and I know a couple of girls in my team have really gone to extreme lengths to make sure that they're there this week. So I'm forever grateful, and I think I think it's a huge ask, and it just shows their commitment and to what they want to achieve with this business. So yeah, massive gratitude to every single one of you girls and guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Mandy. Rory, you want to go?
Yeah, happy to share, dude. I've just got massive gratitude for Isogenics as a business. To be able to reach out to people like Kathy and Anna, who's on tonight, and just say, can you lend a helping hand and share your story, or share the business opportunity or what you see with this, and they just keep rocking up. An hour of their time is probably worth a lot of money, but they just give it up freely and they just keep paying it forward. So that's where my ultimate gratitude is. So thank you.
Awesome. That's what this community is all about, I reckon. All right. Anyone else keen? Don't leave me hanging. All right, go, Kylie.
If it's only a short tonight, that's all good, because we can let Anna start ripping into it. So we'll go cool. Butters, and then we'll maybe get stuck in.
No worries.
Thanks, Tully. Thanks, Andre. I'll be really, really quick. I just wanted to say a massive shout out to Mandy. Again, she's just showing to be an epic leader and just supporting all of her team through all the highs, all the lows, all the excitement, all the little stuff. And I know gorgeous Kian's not well today, and I just wanted to give her a big kiss and just say, you know, without you helping every little minute and every little thing you do, we wouldn't have a team going to SKO, and we're all going, and it's exciting, and I'm just really grateful. So thanks. Had a great day. Just awesome.
Awesome. Legend, Mandy. All right, so if that's all, we might give a mic to Anna. Welcome on the call, Anna.
Let's welcome her in.
Epic.
Aloha!
Hey, what's going on?
You know, stuff and things.
Stuff and things. Hey, Tol, I've got some questions for Anna. Do you want me to host this part, or do you have some stuff you want to run through?
No, I'm easy. I just got the questions off the page
Yeah.
and was going to go through that. But if you've got it covered, I'll let you go.
Good to run. All right. Well, Anna, first of all, for those of you that don't know Anna, this chick is an absolute legend. She reminds me of a little bit of Kathy Cooper, to be honest. Her heart is so much bigger than herself, and she just gives and gives and gives. You know, her health transformation has been the best thing I've seen. But if she goes back into the real authentic story and she shows you where she's come from, it's just even more inspiring. And what she's been able to do in the business side and how many people she's empowered, how quickly she grew this enterprise, working alongside Peter Kelly, has been phenomenal. And I guess the reason why we got Anna on board, the beautiful Anna, is because I think so many of you can relate to her and where she's at and the simplicity that she has with this. And also the whole side of Anna working with her partner Morgan, who pretty much for 18 months, and she can share the story, was, you know, basically giving her the finger, basically, in one sense or another when it comes to this. In terms of the business, until she eventually retired him from his job. So for anyone working with their partner, I think Anna's got such a beautiful story to share there. And so without further ado, welcome Anna Richards onto this call.
Yeah. Hello, darling. How are we all? Thumbs up if we're rad this evening. Yeah. Okay, so I... beg your pardon, I've just jumped off like 3 back-to-back Zoom calls, and I've been so fired up for this one because I always are. I'm like, no, don't give me the questions. I don't want to know. I love to riff. But Taldog had sent me some, and I have loved the questions you guys have brought, and I just want to serve you as best as I can and get through as many as I can. Mm-hmm. But did you guys want, they kept saying they wanted me to start with my story. Did you guys want that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
It's super powerful, Anna.
Okay, so I'll try and be as quick as possible with my story because I always feel like, oh my God, people know it. But I have been part of Isogenics now for 3.5 years, and they have been the best 3.5 years of my life. What led me to Isogenics, and I suppose why I do love to still tell my story though, just in some regard, is just pick up on all the little clues along the way, and I'll try and point them out. But for me, I was definitely a girl.
Oh, I think we just lost her. Give it 2 minutes and I think she will be back on.
Sorry, I'm back. I'm back. This happens all the time. So we live on the beach and it's rad, but the Wi-Fi is not phenomenal. So, but I ate really, really clean and I trained like a maniac. And by societal standards, I did definitely have fantastic results. I looked good, but I didn't feel good. And I'm just so grateful that I was aware of that. And I literally just was not going to accept, and I want to get into this, like, all these little things are really, I do believe, what excelled me forward quickly. But I was very conscious, thanks to personal development, that I was not going to accept that as normal. So I genuinely went looking for a cleanse. And it's so funny because I had said to Morgsy, I'm like, look, we're doing everything right on the outside, but I still don't feel well on the inside. And he was exactly the same. I want to find something. Would you be open to a cleanse? He was like, yeah, definitely, whatever. So I found the cleanse in a total stranger. And I always say, be careful what you wish for. And always know what you want, because I was led to Peter Kelly within 2 weeks of putting that intention out to the universe. We were connected through a mutual friend for completely different reasons. A friend just put us in a PM and said, you know, you two have to meet. These were her words. It's a disservice to the universe if you do not. You post the same SHIT, I had C kids, on the same day, so you got to meet. And I was like, yeah, I was pre-Isogenics. This is who I was. I was like, definitely, like, who are you? Like, how random, this is cool. And we met up, and again, a clue. We sat there and we spoke about friggin' everything but Isogenics. She didn't bring it up. We were talking about sex and boys and love and the universe and all kinds of stuff. And then I remember saying, oh, let's catch up again. And she was like, yeah, but I'm going to Brisbane. I was like, what about next weekend? No, I'm in Broome. What about next weekend? No, I'm in Sydney. And I was like, who are you? And this is another clue. So I said, let's add each other on Facebook. So we added each other. And again, this is a powerful tool. I just watched. I was really positive. I posted a lot of cool stuff, but she was cooler. Like, she was like traveling and she was doing all this stuff. And I said to her, she was at Celebration, and you guys, you have summer kickoff this weekend. Be strategic and awesome with your posting, because Peter was at a celebration, and she just posted some stuff. It was not about the company. It wasn't like, yeah, science and isogenesis. It was like parties and hanging with people and a little bit about the product. But I just thought, far out, this is a tribe that I want to be a part of. So we caught up for dinner, and I shared with her my goals and dreams. And I said, you know, I'm not really well. I get so frustrated. You know, you probably can relate. So I said, you can probably relate because you have a lot of energy and we're very similar, but, you know, I don't really feel well. And she was like, no, actually, I feel phenomenal. Like, I do this nutritional cleansing products, and the rest was history. So I said yes. And another clue, she drew on the tablecloth. It was a Chinese restaurant. So it was like, what's it called, like tissue paper or whatever. She drew the compensation plan for me that night. And I absolutely was not someone that was like, I'm going to take this business by the balls. I'm going to retire from my job. I'm going to, not at all. I was like, cool. I love my job. I was in BDM at that stage. But I was like, you know what? I get this. If this works and I get my health back, then awesome. I can, you know, share it with people and help them too. And I'll get paid on that. That made sense to me. I was like, this makes awesome sense. So I came home that night, and this is a true story, and walked in the door, and I was so excited. And Morgan like shot me down in horrific flames. Like, we don't really fight, but he was like, you're a fucking idiot. You've been scammed. You left the house to go have dinner with a stranger. You've come back and you're telling me about network marketing and cleansing, and you've given a stranger your credit card details. I don't even want to talk to you. Like, you're an idiot. So I was like, cool story, bro. My health, my money, my life, like, you don't get a say in this now. The box is going to come. Eat a piece of male genitalia. Like, I'm really excited about this. So we literally did have a bit of a fight. And this is the thing. I stood true to my posture and I stayed strong. So I was like, this is what I want to do. This is my health. I'm just going to trust the system. And then the story goes really quick. So put the products in my body, felt phenomenal. And then you couldn't have shut me up. So, and I always say, if you're feeling stuck, you guys are probably all products of the product. I'm speaking to the choir, but I still have so much energy and excitement and enthusiasm and passion and love for the company and the compensation plan today, because I'm so damn obsessed with the products, because I still 3.5 years in have every single product every single day. I do a cleanse day a week. I double cleanse every other week. So I just felt that good. I still feel like I felt when I had that first epiphany on the products. And I just started to share it. And this is kind of where I'll go into coaching. But I did catch the vision very quickly, because Morgan saw my results and went from telling me I was an idiot to not wanting to hear about the business side, but definitely saying, you know, okay, I want some of the products. And this is where it started for me. So people always say, what was the moment that it came? And this is critical for you guys to start doing with your people, and something that Morgan and I have always done from day one, because it happened to me. I was on 6 figures in corporate almost, and Morgan wanted the product. So I put him in the system and I got my first email from Isagenix like 2 weeks later saying, congratulations, you've earned blah, blah, blah for the week. I think it was 80 because the dollar was on parity. And I screamed. I was like, this is the coolest thing that has ever happened. I didn't have to submit forms. I didn't have to harass a payroll. I didn't have to do anything. This money just appeared. So that's when I hit the ground running. I was like, okay, this is really, really cool. And because Peter had drawn the lines and the circles for me that very first night, I didn't understand it, but I knew enough to start to look into that independently more. And then what happened was I started to talk to a lot more people, and I got really, really excited. So something that I always do with my cleansers is I get them really friggin' excited about that first email that they're going to get from Isagenix, and they could have signed up a 30-day pack and it's going to be $25. But when that happens, I get them so far. I'm like, this email's going to come and there's going to be some money. I don't tell them how much. I'm like, there's going to be money and it's going to be real and it's going to be in an account. And the text that I get screenshots and I get like, this is unreal, because I've gotten them so excited. They might have just been like, oh, $25? Is that it? Like, I thought she's earning multiple six-figure income. Like, I thought it was going to, like, this is going to be too hard. They're like, $25! Like, they want to get naked and dance under the moonlight. I'm literally not kidding you. So that's been a really big thing because of my own journey. And then, because I know Tully said, what did I do? How did I have a lot of success quick? Very much like I'm going to do tonight, 3.5 years in. I had a corporate full-time job that I honestly I'd leave the house at 7:30, and I would get through the door about 6 o'clock that night. So I was doing 11-hour days easily in a very, very, very stressful, high-intensity corporate job. But I was getting up earlier, and every single morning, this is brand new, and this is the thing, if you've been doing this a while but you still feel stuck, why can't you go back and start again or take on board, what worked for others in the beginning? But I'd get up early and I'd watch the tools. So that was really about filling my mind and becoming a finesse in our business, like, understanding more about the business. And Morgan says it all the time, but he's like, if we open a McDonald's franchise, now he gets it, right? So he coaches the team. He's like, if we open a McDonald's franchise, if this is someone that wants the business, and he's like, they said to us, so we put millions of dollars into investment and we could probably earn hundreds of thousands or millions eventually. And they said to you, okay, Anna, you have to come and you have to sit tonight, or any kind of franchise. You have to come and sit for a week in training. You've got to learn the manuals. You've got to understand the systems. You've got to make sure when the first customer walks in the door, you know how to make a Big Mac, all those things. I've just invested millions of dollars and I want to earn hundreds of thousands. I'm going to be like, I'm going to be the first person in that training room and probably the last to leave. Why is it any different in Isagenix? But it should be, right? So we pay maybe $600 entry or $200 to $400 a month. That's it. We have an unlimited earning capacity. But when you tell someone, or I'm telling you to go through isagenixbusiness.com, you won't even do it. So that's how we kind of say to our people, we're like, okay, if you want to earn an unlimited income or $500 a week or $200 a week, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, but ultimately the learning's up to you. But I don't know, I recognize that from day one. So I used to get up early. I used to sit in my office, just like this back in our old house. And I used to just watch the tools. So if I went to work and an older gentleman would go, oh yeah, what is it? I knew what to send. If an 18-year-old was like, yeah, what is it? I knew what to send. I learned how to draw the compensation plan exactly like Lynn Hagedorn, because I used to watch Who Do You Know, her New Year's kickoff piece. That's how I learned to draw the compensation plan. And then I used to go to work on my lunch breaks. I'd never taken a lunch break, and I always had the excuse, I'm too busy, I'm too important, I have too much to do. No one else takes a lunch break. Everyone was taking a lunch break. That was just my excuse. But you can bet your last dollar that I took that friggin' lunch break and I used to go outside and I would hit the phone. I would just call anybody. I was checking in with new cleansers. I was doing 3-way calls. I was getting my team excited, like the 4 people I had. I was getting my team excited. And I just was calling people. Hey, I'm really excited. I'm doing this new cleanse. Like, I really think this could be for you. Would you, have you got 5 minutes just so I can share my story? So that's what I was doing on my lunch break. then every single night, this is a true story, and this is the thing, Morgan was amazing. This was his level of support. I would walk in the door at about 6 o'clock. I love a shower, so I would go shower. This is just a story. I'd go have a shower. I'd get in my daggy clothes like tonight, because I'm going to do it tonight. It hasn't changed 3.5 years in. I literally had a shower at 5:30, 5 o'clock, got in my daggy clothes, like no makeup, messy, greasy hair, and I'm going to sit here till 10, 11 o'clock tonight because I'm still so fired up. But that's what I used to do. I used to sit every single night and just do income producing things. I would send people before and afters. I would get them really excited. I would talk about wanting to expand our team. I would be following up with people. I would be doing 3-way calls. But I just got a lot of people very, very excited. And then I became their best friends, right? We always say when someone comes in our business, we just want to become best friends. And that's what I would do every single day. And if you want it, you'll do the same. If that sounds like too hard work, you just don't want it bad enough, and that's okay. But to have replaced a full-time corporate income within 3 months, I can assure you that sacrifice, it wasn't sacrifice, but in the beginning, working my ass off, weekends, it was like, I have 48 hours. Like I could get 8 hours of sleep over the whole weekend and be sweet, because I knew putting the work in, getting to events. My God, we were the founders of Wellness Wednesday. Getting to events, getting my people to events was the critical thing. So I would go to any event that I could. I would have launch parties like at my house. I was doing business training, and I was just doing as much as I could. So I know, Tally, and Rory, I hope that answered one of the questions. But if you think that I can do better, then guide me.
No, that's good so far, and I think there's a lot in that story. Just a show of hands, who got some takeaways or some nuggets from that? Little clues. If you picked up any clues from that, can you just write them in the chat box down below, just so that we can get a bit of a thread going. So, and also for feedback for Anna, so she knows what she's getting through you guys, because obviously, we can't have the two-way conversation that much with everyone talking. So, and I guess the next big question, a big question that came up from the group was if you had any ideas to really hit the ground running. Like I know with your story, Peter was in sort of a bit of momentum, and you just latched onto her, didn't you? And you trusted what she was doing. Your founders, you just at Wellness Wednesday, you rocked up, and you guys just skyrocketed together. But for anyone, say, coming in now, that might not have a Peter Kelly and that much momentum or whatever, what would you recommend as a way where they could really skyrocket their business really quickly?
So this is actually something I had about 15 conversations today with about 15 different people, because I've had an epiphany. And Roz, and Tully, you came in a bit later, but Roz, you'll epiphanize maybe with this as well if you haven't already. And you guys already do this with bfree. I don't even know if that's a word. But when I started, and you've got to understand this is really powerful. Some people find this really powerful because I think that it was like Peter Kelly was born an Isogenics millionaire. When I sat across from her the first night that she was sharing the vision with me, she was a 2-star. And I was like, and I had a pretty big money mindset. I was already deeply years into my personal development. I had a really successful blog. I was doing a lot. So I was like, awesome. So what do you earn? And she was like, $500 a week. So Peter was earning $500 a week when I started. And I couldn't fathom that. I was like, but you don't have a job. Like, that's phenomenal. So when I started, and Peter even says it, and I've realized Kathy has said it again, and I bet you she said it, maybe. Mm-hmm. I haven't watched the recording yet, we're in Bali. But again and again and again, she's always said, find 5 people that want to run.
Yeah.
Find 5 people that want to run together and run. And you do the numbers on Peter's max out. It was when I joined, you joined, Mary and Danny joined, Mary and Jacob joined, and Ben worked up at the time that we all joined. There was literally 5 of us. And then Peter, and together it was like electric. We all kind of like hung out together, and we went to business training together, and we went to cafes together, and it was like this really exciting thing. And that's how it skyrocketed. So what I've done recently is I've taken 5 people from across Australia, all of our new cleansers, because I'm like, that's the key, right? And so yes, I exploded quickly and I had a lot of momentum fast, but it was because there was so much excitement because we were all doing it together. It was like we were kids, we still are, figuring it out. So, and Kathy has said it forever, find literally, and I'm like, yeah, Kathy, I get it, but what else? Yeah, Kathy, cool. Like, what else can I do? She's always said, find 5 people that want to run together, that like want to just go and help them go all together. So I just got off a Zoom with the 5 people that I'm currently running with, but I'm sort of just like, I'm just overseeing them. I'm just cheering them on, getting them excited. And they are, and I've tested my theory, they weren't necessarily pegged as business builders or anything like that, but they have become our 5 biggest business builders. Like, all about 2 months in, they're the biggest enrollers. They're the ones rank advancing, because every week we get on a Zoom, and we've got a team Zoom that was at 5:30. This one's at 6. I just get them all then separate, and I put them on a Zoom because unfortunately we're not all in the same state, but build local, grow global. And they just all get excited. They talk about what went really well for them last week, what they're doing this week, how they can collaborate. They talk about their goals, just like we did back when we started. So, and then for me at the moment, and like I said on a couple of interviews and stuff today, I said, watch my social media this week because I'm going to test it. I'm guinea pigging it. But I said to Morgan, I've had this shift where I'm actually going to do the call out and be like, I'm not going to be like, I'm looking for 5 people, but I want to be like, I'm looking to expand our tribe. And like I said, you guys don't understand the power. Maybe you do, but maybe not enough, that you have created with bfree. It's like, I get it now. I've been able to do that kind of by myself, and we have supernovas, and we've got phenomenal leaders, and we've created multiple 6-figure earners and 6-figure earners, and we've done okay. But I said to Morgan, the shift, and just watch, because I said I've had this shift where if you want to move fast and you want to move well and you want to move with integrity and authenticity and you want to move with power, you've got to find that deeper personally, the 5 people in your own team, not, you've got bfree as the umbrella, but who are the 5 people that you're going to join together, or 2 or more than 2, 3 to 5, because if someone might go, oh, well, I'm already out because I've only got 2 people that want to run. The numbers don't matter. It's the fact that you want to build and run and have fun together as a tribe. So that's something that we've had a real epiphany with recently. I moved fast in the beginning because that's what we had. The 5 of us kind of all joined literally within weeks of each other, and we sort of failed forward together. We used to hang out in Frio together. We used to go to business trainings together. We'd hang out at events together. So there's a real core thing around this tribal thing. And I'm watching a lot of other network marketing companies at the moment, and one that you might assume that they are, but it's not them, it's other ones. And that's kind of where they're really starting to have a lot of success. They're really creating this tribe energy. More than bfree. You've got bfree, but individually, what are you each doing to really attract people into your life? Your vibe attracts your own tribe, and then linking them all together, not you just coaching one-on-one, coaching them all together, getting them really excited. And what are you doing? And what are you doing? And letting them feed off each other.
Yeah, that's wicked, Anna. And just, I guess on that point, you said, find the 5 people. And I know that, Peter, before she got us on board, she'd been sort of fumbling her way forward for like 2 years, right? And she said the epiphany was when she won ISA Derby, and then she ended up in Vegas, and then she came back. And that's where I think the same flip that you sort of just talked about, how you're going to reach out and like actually look and ask and attract your tribe who want to do this. I think that was super powerful. But what would you recommend? Because 85% of people are product users, right? They start for that. But most of the business builders come from that 85%. So a lot of people already have enrolled product users and they're starting to share. But how do you pick the 5 business builders? How do you find them? Is it like a turtle's head just pops up, or is it like they just have that ecstatic conversation like you and Peter had? Like, what are you finding are sort of some clues that our crew could use to see if there's anyone in their group right now that could be one of those 5 for them?
Yeah, it's definitely, so a couple of things. So that's almost to me like a 2-part question in a sense, and I kind of want to touch on both and then bring them together. But because I'm so big on this, and people do always ask me, how do I sort of cast the vision for people to get excited about the business when 85% of our customers are beautiful customers and product users. And I just always say, because when I started, Peter was only, that's huge, but only earning $500 a week. And someone with a massive money mindset, even like me, I couldn't fathom that. So a lot of the time, I'm actually not casting the vision like, you can retire from your job and change the, that's just me personally. If that works for you, phenomenal. Keep doing that. You just got to find what works for you. But I give my product users a really effing rad first 30 days. Like, we really do become like close friends. And I have a 6-step or 7-step system that Morgan and I have like tried and trusted, and it's taken 3.5 years, but it works. And I know this was a question as well, so I want to touch on it because it's very relative to this. So we put them in the system, we send them a welcome email. That's like the contract. I always still do that. I then send them a welcome text, because who the freak reads emails these days? I then plug them into our team page and welcome them, and we've got, like, you guys, I'm sure, have a phenomenal, yeah, your typing is so loud. Yeah, he's like, rah! So I'll write this out for you guys. But again, this is something that really, really works. We've done it. We did this for Karina and Matt's team, Jolly, and they were like, oh my God, it's changed our business. So welcome email, welcome text, because like I said, no one really reads welcome email. We then plug them into Supernovas, and we've got a really, I know you guys will too, but I don't care. Go in your team page and welcome and pour love on every post. Like, you should never not be doing that. If I still do that, you can friggin' do that. That's what I always say to our team. So people will still get like 20 to 30 welcomes. And it's not just like welcome smiley face. People are like, so awesome you're here, babe. Can't wait to meet you. Come to this event. Like, people are really awesome in our team page. So that's a clue. Get better if you're not, if that's where you're a bit complacent. So we do that. Then I send them a welcome gift. I wish I had it up here. And I send them the little sample pack, which is an investment, but I figure that's why we earn PIBs. I send them the sample pack, and I put a little quote card into, like, I put because no one receives handwritten anything these days, and they also, the art of love letters is forgotten. So I send them like a handwritten love letter. Like, I just want to welcome you to the tribe. And everyone's different. Like, I might be like, because I might have connected a girl I signed up yesterday. I sent her like this love letter, and it was like, because we connected literally over unicorns and champagne, get out of town. So I was like, hello, Princess Unicorn. Like, I just send love letters. And then that goes with the sample pack, and it's got a beautiful quote that I feel is relative to them on the back. People lose their minds at that. That in itself has increased our retention to almost like 98%, like actual statistically like 95 to 98%. Morgan did the numbers. They lose their minds. Then, so that's step 3. Then Morgan is the king of this. He does the back office tours, non-negotiable. He does them on Zoom. They become little best friends. It's so cute. And he walks them through a series like Ice the Body Challenge. He shows them their placement tree, auto ship. He shows them contests and promotions. He watches the compensation plan video with them. So he's like, so the next thing is, and this is like he unofficially does a new associate checklist. So look, people are going to notice your results. You can do one of 3 things. You guys know all this, yeah? Like, send them to me. Yep. So he does that, and then he's like, so I'm just going to, it's my obligation to show you this. We do not come off the template. My obligation to show you this. What you do with it is up to you. But because he gets them to share screen, so they're doing this. So he's like, I want you to go to icethemovie.com. Yep, okay, awesome. Can you click on that video? It's going to take about 3 minutes. He watches the Eric Coover one. So he basically screens them, and I learned this off Kathy Coover. She like had a personal call with me. She was like, when she retired Jim used to screen all the cleansers for Kathy. So then he goes, okay, they watch the video, and he's like, is this something that would interest you? And they might go, yeah. And he's like, awesome. Okay, Anna's going to give you another call, and she's going to go over this more. But do you have any more questions? No? Awesome. All right, cool. So really in-depth, like personal back office tour. Then we've got a computer diary. I'm like, that shouldn't have been so hard to remember. And we put in our diary, we have a cleansers diary. We put in day 1, their first cleanse day, which is always generally for our guys day 3, because we tell them when to do it. Day 3, then we put in day 11, day 23, and we call them on that day. and then day 30, and we send them like a woo, like. Then in our team page, we celebrate every friggin' milestone. Like they've lost a centimetre, woo! Like cheer on so-and-so, they're doing a cleanse day. So-and-so's just earned their first $25, and we just move in with them. So as much as we check in on those set days, non-negotiable, we tell them, hey, you just reached day 11, congratulations, this is a really important day. You can, do your results if you want to, but you can wait till day 30, up to you. I'm texting and PMing them every other day. So I'm really hands-on with our cleansers. Okay, so that's what I do. And then I get them to an event as quick as possible. If we're in Perth, I get them to our Terrific Tuesdays, which I love. And again, they have become our instant business builders. They come to the event and they're like, holy shit, because people will come into your business for the products. Why they come into your business is rarely why they ever stay. I don't know whose quote that is, but it's so true. So I just want to get them plugged into the community and the culture and the rest of our team as fast as possible. Now, if I'm going to start, if we've started a guy, I'm going to try and get another guy from the team if they're not there every week, which they should be, but I'm going to try and get them to come and introduce them. If I had a beautiful Colombian girl start recently, who's like our biggest builder at the moment, she's just vivacious, she's fun. I was like, Kim, you better be there. And I introduced them. So I'm instantly plugging people into other people in the team just to really connect. And then I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, you get along really well with Gemma, or you get along really well with Sky. And I'm just the master connector. I'm just constantly like, you two should be accountability buddies. You two should be cleanse buddies. You two should, and then I'm getting them to events. So that's the 7th step. So that's like our non-negotiable, amazing, phenomenal retention because of it system. Then how do I find my 5, which was the real question? It's because of that. So from the back office tour, if someone's going, yeah, look, hell, I'm definitely interested in this compensation plan has excited me. Morgan's like, awesome, Anna's going to give you another call, and you guys are really going to go into some business goals. So then from that, I've recently found my 5. I'm going to find another 5. I want to find another 5 for me. Like I want to be one of the 5. And I then plug them into the weekly Zoom, and I introduce them all. And you guys, I'm not going to connect a quiet 50-year-old. Like nothing wrong with that, but I'm not going to connect a quiet 50-year-old with really like me, like a really fun, loud, sometimes annoying 28-year-old. I'm just not. I'm going to connect them with my mum or something. So, or someone that's completely relative for them, which is going to keep them in the business. So the current 5 I've got are like, Morgan just thinks it's like getting in a Zoom with 5 Annas. It's so funny, but it's so fun. And you're going to find them and you're going to dig deep with them. If you get a really tight welcome system, it's just going to happen. And then you're going to become a master connector. So you can literally say, I enrolled a beautiful girl called Gemma, and just stuff she was saying, who she was. I was like, oh my God, you and Fee are like the same person. And they've become like best friends. So it's really just understanding your team, knowing who they are. Personally, I keep saying you guys have bfree as the umbrella, but what are you doing as an individual leader to also give your own beautiful sub-team the best damn product experience, the friendships, the community, and all of those things as well. So you're going to find your 5 from having that really amazing system, and that might not work for you. You might have your own, and then making sure that you connect people. Me at the moment, like for me, I'm actually going to do a post and say I'm specifically looking for these exact people. If you think you're one of them, contact me and we'll jump on the phone. So there's a multitude of ways, but in your current business, you're going to have diamonds, I assure you.
Anna, that is so good. Who feels like maybe they're not giving enough service in the first 30 days, or they could be doing better? 2 hands up, 1 hands up. Yeah, it's massive, right? So you're basically saying, Anna, like the amount of love and care that you pour into your new people is a thing that then opens them up for the potential 5 that you create, and then you go to work with, right?
Without fail, 1,000,000%.
So that simple.
Yeah, it's literally that simple.
Sick. And also that 7-step system you had, would there be any opportunity where, perhaps you and I could, or someone else in the group could organise a Zoom call with you and we could actually just run through that and just have like a little 5-minute tour of what that looks like.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. We did that. We literally just did a whole Zoom on our system for, like I said, Matt and Karina Jolly. And we showed them the sample pack and the Kiki, all of that stuff. And yeah, they've said that we still get PMs today. Like, thank you, just from that. So, but you've always got to find what works for you. Like, take what you like, leave what you don't, of course.
Yeah. But there's so much to what you do. Like a bloke sending little love letters and quotes, it's probably not me, but I could probably learn from that and really model what you're doing there. And I'm sure a lot of other people can relate. Now, can
I say though, don't ever assume raws, because Morgan attracted this gorgeous guy, this Andrew. He's the biggest blogan you'll ever meet in your life.
Yeah.
He's the sweetest. FIFO, it's like Southern Cross tattoo kind of thing. Like, not kidding you. And I sent him a love letter. I was like, no, stuff it. I'm Morgan. No, I'm still doing it. It was just like, hey mate, how are you? Like, welcome to the I just said mayhem. I didn't say tribe. We're really excited to have you a part of the team. We're just here to support you. Anything we can do. I know you've got an amazing wife. I'm here for her. She's not doing the system yet, but I said, just let her know if she ever has questions and she wants to relate to a female, I'm here. So men like love letters too.
Yep. I probably would love one. I'm sure Tal and Andre
would love one.
Lockie would love one. Yeah, I'll send you my address.
Cool.
Good. Hey, before we finish off, we're coming up to about 40 minutes now, so we'll probably just have one more question, Anna, if that's cool. And we got one from Laura, and she said, so this is before you identified yourself as a network marketing professional with ISA, so before you sort of like were owning it 110%, probably when you were just coming out of your politics stuff. She said, what did you find was your best method for creating new contacts and then converting them into Isagenix specific conversations?
Yeah. So I love this question, and this is something that I literally like to train on for like a whole 30 minutes, but I'll try and succinctly do this for you and be of most service. So the best way that I did it before, look, to be honest with you, and hand on my heart, but again, I did come from a lot of personal development, so you can never, like I was talking to Tali about this before the call, you can't ever compare, is social media. So the best way that, my best method, I'm just reading the question again, best method for creating new contacts, to be honest, it's getting off my ass and getting out there. And back in the day, right, so my warm market was big-ish. Like, I had a couple of, not school friends, but people from my high school were on my list. Political, I had a 4-year career in politics, so a lot of work people were on my list. I then had a year in BDMing, so a lot of work people were on my list. So when it was my warm market, that's the question, so it was before I was really a professional network marketer, I really actually contacted my warm market list. I didn't wait for them to come to me. I was going to them. I went to personal development courses. I remember doing T. Harv Ekker's Millionaire Mind. I just started to constantly go out. I got tighter and better with my Instagram. I became more... I didn't become brand. I don't believe in branding per se. I believe in just showing up in your truth and sharing vulnerably. But I definitely found, still back then and to this day, that social media. So the 95% of the people always like, I'm like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? But a lot of people will say, hey Anna, I follow you on Instagram and I want to learn more about your cleanse. And I'll go, awesome, how did you find my Instagram? And they're like, oh, Facebook. And I'm like, cool. People on Facebook will contact me and go, hey Anna, I really want to learn about your cleanse system, or like, what do you do? Can we catch up? Yeah, cool. How did you hear about? Because you should always ask, because you should know where your people are coming from. How did you hear about me? Oh, Instagram. So I have to say, from day one, from year 2 to year 3, social media has hands down still the best way for creating new contacts. But that comes from consistency and taking people on a journey. And I always say this, my quote in Isagenix is, people are not going to follow you when you get there. People, wherever there is for you, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, maxed out, millionaire, whatever, people are going to follow you and want to join you for the journey that you're on and the journey that you're taking them on, the highs, the lows, the fun, the events, the cleanse days, the shakes, the fit, whatever it is for you. That's why people are going to follow you. So Back when I had a warm market, I utilized it. So I specifically, I was scared. I was nervous. I would poo my pants. Morgan, when he came on board, started to film me to show the team how much I'd still get. Like I'd break out in rashes, and I would shake, literally have to stand up, and this is what Morgan used to film, and like shake it off, and then 10 seconds of this is before Taylor Swift made it cool. And I always say 10 seconds of wild courage. I'd write it out, and then I'd sweat about it. I'd break out in a rash, and I'd just hit enter. I was like, oh my God. So just understand that it took 10 seconds of wild courage to contact people specifically about Isagenix, and not just getting stuck in the getting ready to build relationships. If someone's on your social media, you have a relationship. You follow them for a reason, they follow you, whatever. The relationship is there. So to me, I just always am specifically going to people. But a massive thing now I have to say is just getting off my ass and going and living a really fun, extraordinary life. So this week I'm going to a Kiki K course. Next week when we get back from Melbourne, I am doing a cooking class. Like Morgs and I booked in with a cooking class. We're doing a Perth tour. We're doing we went to a open mic night the other night. We just went up to a table and we were like, hey guys, can we sit with you? And they were awesome. They were like, yeah, cool. Like, how random? And we were like, not really. We went to an open comedy night. We do everything. Like, if we're at home, we're like, what are we doing? We need to get out. So on planes, like, I'm obsessed with my husband. Like, I don't sometimes want to share him, and sometimes on a plane, all I want to do is just sit there and say nothing. It's like my disconnect time. But I don't. I get over my own SHIT, and I will make sure that if we don't separate, we'll always sit together. But what we'll do is we'll sit in a 3. So there's at least one new person, and we talk to them. Right? And that's how I've made some phenomenal connections. I volunteer a lot, and I don't do that to make new connections. But I have to say, the last 3, we've enrolled quite a few people recently, but 3 of those people have been through volunteering. And that's been, we've done that with this particular organization since February, and it's October now. So that's taken 7 months. Again, we don't do it for that, but that's still who are now obsessed with Isagenix products. Definitely not going to, who knows, build a business, but just if you get anything, it's just getting out and about. And how random, not really, yeah. But it's getting out and about and living an extraordinary life. And then guess what? When you're doing that, you can post about it. And then guess what? People that you've connected with previously, or from school, or from your other networks, are watching you going, fuck, that's awesome. Like, she was at an open mic night, and then she's volunteering, and now she's at a cooking school, and then she's on a plan. This girl lives. And then they contact me and they go, what do you do? Who are you? Let's catch up for coffee. I love pubs. I know this is really random, but I'll try and, if there's a really awesome person behind the counter, I really connect with women, surprise, surprise. I'm going to chat to her. I'm going to go up when there's no one at the bar, and I'm going to ask her how she is, genuinely. And I've got a coffee with a girl before I go to Melbourne, Ellie, who I just kept going back to the same pub. And I was like, we should totally add each other on Facebook. That's not weird at all. And I'll joke about it like that. And she was like, we definitely should. Totally not weird. Ha, ha, ha. And we added each other. And I actually, hand on my heart, forgot. I added her to a list and I didn't follow up. Last week, she was like, okay, we have to go for coffee. What do you do? And I was like, definitely. So it's this beautiful, synergistic, from day one, Laura, I promise, Laura, I was just off my ass meeting as many people as I could, constantly funneling them into my Facebook, and then, sort of not waiting for them to come to me, but whilst I'm contacting people and following up, I'm out there living an amazing life, funneling them back in, posting about out there living an amazing life. It's just so interconnected, and that's how 3.5 years on, I'm still enrolling if we don't do double PIBs pretty much every week, it's a shocking week for us. We're I had to get on that call at 6 o'clock. So my 5 and be I only enrolled 1 President's Pack last week. I am disgusted. I'm joking. But I was and that's 3.5 years in. So, and she came from my Instagram and was like, oh my God, unicorns and champagne, we're soul sisters. And I was like, let's catch up. She was from Sydney. So and that's the thing, like, just be who you are. Like, that's just who I am. Just show up, take people on the journey, go and live an extraordinary life, post about it, add people on your social media whilst you're contacting people directly, and you will never run out of people to talk to. I promise.
Boom. Holy moly. Yeah. That was like a knowledge bomb synergistic little thing that was going on there. Anna. That was phenomenal. Now, like, there's so many takeaways from that, and I'm sure the crew can go back and watch this and get the recording. But in a nutshell, like, you immerse yourself in this whole, like, self-development world for like 3 or 4 years before you got to Isogenics. So when you found this opportunity, you sort of hit the ground running with that. And then since then, you've just been extremely congruent, authentic, and vulnerable, online, offline. And then that's created this attraction through social media, which is your biggest sort of inlet for your funnel. And then I guess from there, you fall in love with connecting and catching up with people with intention, right? Like, you do it in a sense where you just want to connect. And if something comes of it, you add them onto your Facebook, and then it all just sort of feeds back in on itself, right? So that's sort of it in a nutshell.
Exactly. You've just, like, you should just do my own calls for me, Rory. You're amazing. But can I say as well, so a little tiny, like, thing that I say to people, because I'm so big on, like, I reminded my team the other day, we were in Bali, and I just, at the bar, by the pool, like, there was this beautiful couple. Sorry, I know I'm probably like, I'm like, time? What is time? I'd spend all night with you guys. But there was this beautiful couple of 6 people. I just want to give you examples. 6 couples of people. Okay, all right. And they were old. They were like grandparents, but they were just awesome. And I bumped into them in the gym, and I was like, every beautiful relationship that I have in my life who ultimately sign up starts with a hello. Just go and say hello. Have no attachment to Isogenics. Don't even think about Isogenics. Just think about how you can add value and love into someone's life. So I bump into these people in the gym, and I'm like, morning. And we're just like, I'm just myself, and we're like having a laugh about some stuff. And they're like, how are you? And this is a clue that I always say to my team. Don't just say good. Like, what the hell is even good? Or don't say, like, I'm not bad or I'm great. Like, language is life. So I have not said I'm good for about 8 years. I'm always like, I'm phenomenal, or I'm extraordinary, or I am outstanding, or I'm magnificent. And people are like, what? Like, and someone said, I said to them, I'm magnificent. And they were like, how old are you? And I said, I'm 28. I was like, and I'm joking with them. I'm like, why do I look 14? I know. Like, and they just couldn't stop laughing. They were like, you're just the sweetest. And I said, well, what do you do? Like, I'll come and stalk you at breakfast. Like, rah, rah. And so, and I'm just building this instant relationship with them, because they were fabulous. Like, you can tell pretty quickly. And then I'm chatting to them, 6 people at the pool, and we're having this big laugh, and they were like, oh my God, what do you do? I'm telling them I do Isogenics, and they're like, how amazing. We've got these daughters. We want to introduce you. So they've connected me just from a hello in the gym, saying magnificent, genuinely just wanting to add some love and fun into their life. They've connected me into their daughter, Melissa, from Melbourne, who I was like, oh, I'd love to help her. Like, definitely. She has Instagram. She has like 60,000 followers.
Whoa.
So, and her whole thing is like whole foods, love, yoga. Like, we're just the same people. I mean, I don't have 60,000 followers, but it came from just saying hello to someone in the gym with no attachment to Isogenics. And that is just my life. Like, all the time, I'll just say hello. But if you just want one takeaway from the call, other than I believe the system for setting your people up for success, don't ever say good again. If you're in a supermarket and the shop assistant's like, how are you? Be like, I'm magnificent, or like, I'm phenomenal. How are you? And authentically. So for me, I'm on a double cleanse. Tomorrow, I'm going to be out and about all day, being like, I'm phenomenal, I'm amazing, I'm magnificent. And when they actually say why, I say, I just got off the back of a double cleanse, so I feel fantastic. What's a double cleanse? And I'm like, have you heard of Isogenics? That's how quick I can get Isogenics into a conversation authentically, because I do feel magnificent. So that's just like something that I coach our team on all the time. Just strike good and great and not bad from your vocabulary, and start to say some beautiful words. I'm beautiful. Like, whatever it is, people are not used to that, and they're going to ask you, they're like, why are you magnificent? Like, and it could even be negative. They might be like, phenomenal. Oh my God, I'm so tired. And you can be like, wow, I'm phenomenal, because I'm not. Why are you not tired? That's just so abnormal. Have you heard of isogenics? Like, it's just the easiest, most beautiful business model and conversation to have in the world.
Boom. That is awesome, Anna. Well, I guess from on behalf of everyone that's on this call and the team that's probably going to watch the recording and the whole team, right? Just want to say thank you for taking the time. Like, your energy is enigmatic. It's beautiful and it's refreshing. It's real. It's congruent. I think there's so much in your story that we can all take on board, and me especially. Like, I know this. I just want to emulate you and like have your head and just sort of be like, that's how we do isogenics, you know, and this is how we help people with this amazing tool. So just want to say thank you. And just quickly before you leave, we're going to pour some love on you. And if everyone could take themselves off mute and just one at a time, maybe we'll start with the top left-hand corner with Lockie and Joni and then go across to Andre. But if you guys could think of just one word that epitomizes what Anna is, what comes up for you? So Lockie and Joni, take it away.
He's on crack.
Totally am.
No, your energy is just amazing. It just
Stole my word. Get out of my brain.
Yeah. You say you're on a cleanse or on a double cleanse at the end?
Crack cleanse. Didn't you hear that part?
I'm on a crack cleanse. I'm on day 2 of a double.
Well done. Yeah, no. Yeah, you're just very infectious.
One word, infectious. All right. Andre, go. Andre.
Oh, one word that comes up for me is fire. Absolute fire. That was awesome. Thanks, Anna.
Hunty, Rach, go.
Girl crush.
And who have you got there with you, Hunty? Who's hiding off to the blip?
Hey.
What's your word?
Inspiring for sure.
Inspiring. T-Dog. T-Dog.
Yeah, I just fucking love you, Anna.
I fucking you tell.
Fucking love you. Butters.
Oh, just passionate. I just love it. Yeah.
Epic. Mandy.
Oh, I want to party with you.
Summer kicker.
I know that's you, but, you know, let's drink champagne.
Yeah, done.
Laura, Fibs.
Present. Totally present.
Present.
Yeah, phenomenal as usual.
Oh, epic, man. Bree.
Supercharged.
Boom.
Whatever.
Nadine.
Just totally inspiring. I just want a little bit of you.
Inspiring.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Tan.
Oh God, one word. Just energy, just absolute a ball of energy, and I just couldn't stop smiling the whole time I was listening to her. So energy, yeah, mate.
Epic. And we've got 2 people who are hiding their screens, but I think if they want to share as well, shoot.
I'm Cassie. I just thought you're like an ever-ready battery.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Cass. And now we got Blacker.
Sarah here.
You.
Infectious, but not in like a bad, diseasey way, like in a really good way.
I think on that note, we're just gonna leave it there. But.
Yeah. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Thanks, Anna.
Hey, Anna.
Awesome.
Hey.
Thanks again, Anna. You're a legend.
Love ya.
Love you, mate. Talk soon.
Thanks so much, Rod.